Bing bada boom bang. Hello. Hello, hello. Hi. Okay, we're live. Hello. Hi, Johnny. I can finally say that. Okay. I have music playing. Everything is going okay. I think everything is going well. I think the ads are done playing, which means everything's okay. I'm getting better at that, about remembering to do pre-roll ads before the starting screen is over, so you guys don't get ads during the actual stream for like an hour. I'm getting better at it. We're trying to figure it out. Someone told me it's a good idea, and I was like, oh fuck, that is a good idea. So now I'm doing that. And oh, I'm doing my best. I'm trying so hard to be good at this thing. Okay. You know, at some angles my hair looks freaking like red, and it's kind of crazy because my hair is like so incredibly orange, so I don't even know what my screen is doing. Anyways, hi. Hello. Okay. Let me get situated. We're here, we're queer. I hope my mic is sounding correct. Wait a minute, I gotta check if it's the correct one. That is filters, not properties. It's the correct one. We're all good. Everything is okay. Okay. I really hope nothing is broken today. Anyways, okay, I'm going down memory lane today. Specifically, I don't know what caused this. Something in my brain last night was thinking about original characters that I've made over the years, and I was trying to rack my brain for what the first one I ever made was, and it was between a few of them. One of them I can't show on stream, and then I was between two, trying to figure out which one kind of technically came first, and I think it was this one, because I made a book report about the book that they came from during 4th grade? So they're at least from 4th grade. How old was I in 4th grade? Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay, 9 to 10 years old. This was around the time that I got into Homestuck, but also what I was super into was Warrior Cats, to the point that it's gonna sound insane, but okay, we were doing book reports about books that we were reading. I was reading The Power of Three. That might have been 5th grade. Might have been 5th grade. It was 5th to 4th grade, somewhere in there. I don't remember. But I was reading The Power of Three, which was like the new book that had just recently come out. I was reading that, and then one of my fellow classmates was reading a book from the same series. It was called Cats of the Clans, and my brain, first of all, was like, why would you read Cats of the Clans if you've never read any of the books? Like, what? Huh? Because I knew he had never read them, and I know from his book report, because like part of the book report is like when we're standing up there, we have to like explain reasoning why we read the book we did read, like prove we read it. And one of the questions is like, what genre is the series that you are reading? And he said Warrior Cats, the series, was a fantasy. And I was like, okay, I can agree with that. They do have magical powers and all of this good stuff. But the reason he said it is because the cats can speak human and have weapons. And I was like, what? Hold on. Pause. Did you read Redwall or something? Neither of those things happen in Warrior Cats. First of all, they don't speak English. Where did you get that from? I don't know where he got that from. And then also, they don't have weapons. They fight with their claws like literal actual cats. It's definitely fantasy, but it's like not for any of the reasons he said. And it made me so frustrated that I may have, as a little shit in 4th grade, called him out in front of the class. I'm so serious. I called him out in class. I was like, they've never spoken human. The cats do not speak human and they do not understand humans. And it was probably one of the funniest things in the entire world, but also he looked like he was going to murder me. And that was the first time I ever made an enemy. Be right back. Okay, have fun. Scourge does, technically. But, like, he's one of the only ones. Because there's a few instances, but they don't use fucking, like, swords and shit. He was, like, anthropomorphizing these characters. I was like, they're not anthropomorphic, they're literal cats. I had to sit there. It was a very interesting time. But anyways, this is all to say that this original character came from those days. It's been, oh my god, 16 years. It's been 16 years. This cat, also, this character, used to be my username on, like, literally everything. Quite literally everything. And I had to delete everything with this username because it also doxed me. I used to have the Warrior Cat name and then my legal last name as my username on everything. Public or private. I had it as my username on YouTube. I had it as my username on DeviantArt. That was a crazy one. I had it as my username on DeviantArt. Who don't think about that too much. Great time. But it's a character that I think really solidifies a lot of the bullshit that I would do, aka I like making convoluted story plots that confuse people, that baffle them, that question the reality of everything that is going on, but also just makes a character a background character with a convoluted backstory instead of like a main character, you know? We're gonna get into this, and everything that I'm going to say is going to sound insane. Because I am insane, but that's besides the point. Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be great. This is my oldest original character. My oldest original character. That's crazy. Okay. There's another thing I want to try. Apparently there's a new update where you can say... Oh, what is it? What is it? Hold on. I want to get it correct because I want to see if this actually works. Because I saw the update and I was like, is this an actual thing? Okay, where is it? Where is it? Hello? It can't be deleted. Don't tell me that it doesn't exist anymore. Okay, yeah, okay. Apparently there's a thing that's coming out called Twitch Clip That. So I can just say Twitch Clip That and it'll clip a section of the stream. And it's for partners and affiliates. So I don't know if I have it. I guess we'll find out because I keep saying it. That'll be interesting. I don't know how that works exactly. But that'll be fun. Anyways, back to what we were talking about, the bullshit. Which is my first original character ever. Little nerd child me. I need to preface that I have barely changed. I like convoluted plots. I like convoluted powers also. Like, if anybody asks anything about me making like quirks, supernatural powers, anything like that, it's convoluted to the point of like you don't know what's happening. And you know what? I love that about me. It's great time. Anyways, I don't know if this is the most convoluted Warrior Cat story I've ever had. I think it's one of the only ones I've actually had. Now that I think about it, I don't make a lot of Warrior Cat Lissies. I had this one, and I kind of stuck with this one because I love them so dearly. Anyways, I made a pick crew of them earlier because I wanted to get everything like written down for stream. Because fun fact, I didn't have pick crew back then when I was 10. There was no pick crew when I was 10. So I just lived in my little fantasy world in my weird journals that one time the teacher called me over to her desk because she was worried about what the hell I was writing. But anyways, that's besides the point. Ta-da! Fun fact. You guys don't know my last name, so it's fine. I can't dox myself. But this was the character I had named Blackfire. Great name. Oh, I loved her so dearly. This is a better look at what she looks like. I thought this was good for like the color palette section. It was just showing a better like palette of her. But anyways, yeah, this is Blackfire, a sleek black she-cat from ThunderClan. Specifically from the Lake Territory, technically. She was born in the Lake Territory, I can say that. Her mom was a loner, that somehow already knew about the clan cats before anything else. It's great time. 10 out of 10. I love Blackfire so much, so dearly. She was great. I adored her. Yeah, she right off the bat, orphan. The second that she was born, her mom died, and also all of her litter mates. She was the only survivor. So ThunderClan kind of took her in, because in my brain, as a small little child, she was born where ThunderClan territory currently exists by the lakes. Once again, she was made when the only lake books was The New Prophecy and Power of Three. Omen of the Stars hadn't even existed yet. Okay? This is how old she is. There were only 3 series for Warrior Cats back when I made her. So we're ignoring everything after Omen of the Stars, because I have read Omen of the Stars. I haven't read any of the new ones. So we're ignoring those. We're sticking with childhood memories. ThunderClan ended up deciding to raise her, since she was born in their territory, and they couldn't save her mom. Her mom was literally like dying while giving birth, and that's where they found her. Like, you know, when the cats were kind of still exploring the different territories and finding things in the territories, ThunderClan just stumbled upon her. Found her dying, bleeding out, with all of the kits seemingly stillborns. They managed to resuscitate one kit. That is it, which was Black Kit. That's what they named her. And she was great, wonderful, 10 out of 10. We're gonna get into so much more convoluted bullshit. The only weird thing about the entire situation is that her mom, whose name is Oreo, fun fact, her name is Oreo, Oreo knew about clan cats already. Which, if she was a loner from the Lake Territories, how did she know about them before they even got there? Well, let me tell you, there's a convoluted reason. And that convoluted reason is this fucking family. Oh, this is me as a child. Yeah, this is what I did. Fun fact. This was also, additionally, around the same time, was it, where the Rise of Scourge graphic novels came out. They were around the same time. I'm not sure which one came first currently. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna look that up. Warrior Cats, Power of 3. When did those come out? They're published from 2007 to 2009. Jesus. Okay. Okay, if those came out, when did the Rise of Scourge? Re-released in color? What the hell? I didn't get these in color when I was a child. 2008. Okay, yeah. They came out around the same time. Okay. I thought so, because I swore I read them at, like, the same exact time. I was a big fan of Scourge. I still am. Scourge is still one of my favorite characters. Scourge and Tallstar are, like, I think, possibly my favorite cats. That's a lie. Briarlight is my ultimate favorite. But, like, out of the male cats, it's probably Tallstar and Scourge. Briarlight's just my baby. But okay, yeah, so I took that, and I decided I'm going to bullshit it. And Scourge had a lover. I decided this randomly. And in my brain, the way it happened is Scourge was killed, and so Scourge's lover, Holly, fled with her kit away from the clan forests. Because she's like, oh, they just killed my husband, and then fucking booked it. Left for the lake territories because she thought, like, that would be safe. So Oreo, who is Scourge's daughter, grew up completely just, like, all kinds of horror stories about the clan cats from where they used to live. Where she was technically born at. Great time. 10 out of 10. You know? So she grew up with all kinds of horror stories about that area. That was weird. My entire screen just went black for a minute there. And then, so Oreo and Holly live in the lake territory. Holly dies. I don't know why. I'm thinking dysentery. Just a preference. Holly's dead. Oreo is still alive. Oreo meets a kitty pet named Cooper. Cooper and Oreo bang. Then Cooper dies. Don't ask me how. I don't remember. And then Oreo is kind of left alone to give birth, and it goes horribly wrong. And so Oreo dies, and then Black Kit's the only one that survives that entire ordeal. Great time, 10 out of 10. So Blackfire is Scourge's granddaughter. And also I decided this that as a small child because I thought it would be fun and traumatizing. Blackfire looks almost identical to Scourge in the same way that people always talk about Brambleclaw looked identical to Tiger Star. You know? Those kinds of vibes. I hope you're following along because this is insane. So, Scourge now has a descendant that is now part of the ThunderClan cats, which is kind of insane. Great time, 10 out of 10. But that, I couldn't just stop there. I couldn't stop there because something's wrong with me. Oh, everything's wrong with me. Okay. So fun fact. We love whatever that is. No! Okay, yeah, thank you. I'm glad you guys love whatever the fuck is wrong with me. Anyways, so Black Kit is born maybe like a week into ThunderClan settling in the forest out next to the lake. So, by that time, a lot of the ordeals haven't happened yet. at the time of Black Kit being born, oh, I think Fern Cloud would probably be the one that would be nursing her. Great time. She's born at the same time that all of the drama with Hawkfrost and Brambleclaw is happening, with their father coming to them in their dreams and trying to train them to be better quote-unquote warriors, but is actually just trying to make them evil. You know the plot of those books. The like last 2 or 3 books. No, yeah, the last two books of the New Prophecy essentially is when Black Kit's born. Black Kit, baby girl, is only a kit. In my brain, I'm trying to like connect the dots. I think by the time the New Prophecy, or not the New Prophecy, the Power of 3 books, when those are starting, the first book of the Power of 3, that is probably when Black Kit becomes an apprentice. I don't know who is her mentor. I don't know who her mentor would be. I'd have to look at like Warrior Cats from the New Prophecy. Or not the New Prophecy, the Power of 3. Where's Power of 3? Warrior Cat Wiki Fandom. Okay, yeah. Power of 3. Yeah, see, during Power of 3 is when Blackpaw becomes an apprentice. And also this is when I should talk about bullshit. This bullshit that I came up with as a child. Because, okay, we all know Scourge is dead. Scourge does not exist in the Dark Forest because he didn't believe in, like, that religion, which I still think kind of is insane. He just ceased to exist specifically because he did not believe in, like, this whole StarClan bullshit, which is why he only had 1 life and not 9 lives. We all know that. All that convoluted bullshit. I'm gonna whip out Scourge. There he is. Whip him out. Look at him. Look at that official art as well. Jesus Christ. He's beautiful. Wait. Shout out to Brom. I hope I did that right. I did! Hi! Hello, good evening, good afternoon. I hope stream was okay. How was playing hardcore Minecraft with socks on? Is it easier or harder with the said socks on? These are the questions we need to be asking ourselves. Is it harder to play hardcore Minecraft with socks on? I mean, it's better than nothing. You know what? You're so right. You're so right. We gotta be happy with what we got. Anyways, I'm here to tell you guys bullshit about Warrior Cats, specifically in reference to my OC Blackfire. My name, for anyone that doesn't know, is Canary in Yellow. I am an insane person who was given a microphone. And I think that's the best way to explain anything that happens on this channel, okay? I don't know what happens on this channel, and neither does the audience. You guys are subjected to whatever I decide to scream about for that day. Anyways, this is my Warrior Cats OC Blackfire. Blackfire is the granddaughter of Scourge. I have a whole family tree. And now we're talking about Scourge. And the most insane thing about him to me is he didn't even go to hell because he didn't believe that hard. Crazy to think about, you know? Do you ever think about that fact? There is a cat hell, and he didn't go to cat hell because he didn't believe religiously. Crazy. Anyways, I lost the first run of the night. Unfortunate encounter with a ghast who stayed way above my arrow range. Oh, fucker. Second run got all the credentials of a great run. We found the fortress, so I just need to lock in. Fuck yeah! I believe in you. You can lock in so hard. So hard. I believe in you. This is the way the world ends. Which honestly, I think the moral of this story is if you're atheist, you don't go to hell. I don't know. Why? This is like the thing I think about the most is that, like, if you're atheist, you don't go to hell. Anyways, okay. Mine after ye. Anyway, so Scourge doesn't go to hell. He doesn't, like, I don't know what happens to him when he dies. Because he didn't believe in Starkland, so he didn't have 9 lives. So he died from 1 life when Firestar killed him. I'm not gonna put spoilers for books that came out 16 years ago. Okay, guys? I'm just gonna preface with that. These books are 16 years old because all I'm talking about is The Power of 3, New Prophecy, and the original Warrior Cat series. Those 3 are over 16 years old. I think I'm okay. Anyways. Nearly 20 years old. Jesus. I know the series itself is like almost... Did it have its 25th anniversary recently? No. 30th maybe. I don't know. They can legally drive. That's right. So legally, I can talk about whatever I want. Anyway, Scourge fucking dies. And his soul just ceases to exist. He doesn't exist anymore. And he's never brought up again, despite all of, like, the first series of Warrior Cats, Into the Wild and all that. Put the fear of God in me as a child, you know? Like, I think this needs to be talked about. And Scourge was terrifying. He was a small runt that rose into power so much that he killed it. He had dog teeth in his collar, and he was horrifying. And he killed the quote-unquote big bad of the entire fucking first series. He killed Tiger Star, and he killed him so hard that all 9 of his lives were ripped out of him in one go. And then he's just never brought back. Tiger Star, of all fucking people, gets to come back. But Scourge never comes back? Are you kidding me? Bullshit. I hated it. One thing that I wanted to fight the entire universe about is because I really liked Scourge. I liked him as a villain. He was terrifying. And then he just stopped existing. And I was like, this is bullshit. I kind of hate that. His soul doesn't exist anymore because he didn't believe in God or something. I don't know. Weird take. Maybe the universe hated him or thought he was too powerful. For real, that's how it felt. In my brain, though, I was like, okay, he now exists in, like, a soul limbo. He's not in the Black Forest? I got mixed up with Black Kit. He's not in the Dark Forest anymore. He's not in StarClan. I feel like there has to be some kind of, like, spiritual limbo similar to Purgatory, but not Purgatory, because it's just like an existence outside of the 2 forests. So, like, being a literal rogue in the universe. Because if that wasn't the case, would every single rogue or loner that doesn't believe in StarClan just cease to exist? I'm being so for real. Because that is the only other explanation. If you don't believe in God, you don't exist anymore. That's what I'm getting. Like Dragonlance gods removing characters above 18th level from the world to avoid being overthrown by him. God, they really did that. He was too OP. And I hated them for it. For so many years, I hated them. And I put him in like a spiritual limbo as a small child. I'm being so serious. This is where it gets convoluted because my brain likes convoluted plot lines. He became essentially a ghost. A ghost stuck in limbo that could not pass on at all. And essentially started following his descendants. Starting with his daughter, who, if we go back to this, is Oreo. Because, as I said, when Scourge died and BloodClan lost, Holly, who was kind of romantically entangled, not exactly, with Scourge, fled away from the clan cat forests with her kit, Oreo. They made it somehow to the lake territories, where she ended up dying. Oreo died in childbirth, giving birth to Black Kit. Black Kit's littermates and mother did not survive. All that jazz. 10 out of 10. So Scourge, the little shit, has been following like his descendants. He's been following his bloodline because he has nothing else to do. He literally cannot. God, look at him, my beloved baby boy. Baby boy. I love him. Anyway, so he's been following his around, which means that he was there when Black Kit was picked up and taken in by ThunderClan, which crazy. In my heart of hearts, he had a meltdown while physically not able to literally do anything, seeing Firestar standing over and staring at his, like, granddaughter, his newborn granddaughter, while they look exactly the same. It's the same kind of energy of, like, everyone compared Brambleclaw to looking, like, identical to Tigerstar. Same way, Firestar sees this little kid and just only thing can think of is that it looks exactly like Scourge. But he's also, it's Firestar. That man has a bleeding heart. He's not gonna say shit, especially because he has no proof. Literally, what in the world would make him think that this kitten that they found in the middle of the lake territories was somehow related to the guy that made his life a living hell and did take one of his 9 lives? Who knows how long ago? I don't know. Was it a year ago? How many seasons have passed since the first book? Okay, it couldn't have been too many. Well, actually, it was at least 6 moons of difference. 7 or 8 moons at the least, because Squirrelflight is an apprentice in the New Prophecy. And Squirrelflight hadn't even been born yet at the end of the first series. So at least 7 or 8 moons have had to have passed by then. I'm gonna put it at somewhere around a year. Because also Firestar's quest took place during that. And that was a good chunk of time. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Anyways, Scourge is in limbo. And my brain, I made a crack ship. Guys, you gotta hear me out. You gotta. I need you guys to lock in with me right now. Like, hold my hand. I need you guys to hold my hand when I'm about to say this. I don't know, it was like, I think this was Baby's first queer platonic ship. And also, something was wrong with me. Please hold my hand in this moment. So, Jayfeather. Not with Jayfeather. I'm gonna preface that now. Jayfeather, in the first book of The Power of Three, finds a stick, an ancient stick that connects him to this old, ancient, psychic cat who is also a ghost, who is bald and blind. And great times, 10 out of 10. We all know the old, ancient, psychic cat, Rock. Let me whip out Rock. We're gonna whip out Rock. This is Rock. We all remember Rock. Jesus Christ. Anyways, yes, the old ancient bald cat with psychic powers. We all remember the old ancient bald cat. I had it. So since Scourge is in the wibbly wobbly limbo of he didn't go to hell. Yeah, the best type of bald, cat bald. since Scourge was in Limbo and also following his descendants, so he is in the Lake Territories now because he followed his descendants to the Lake Territories, and he's basically became kind of a guardian angel for Black Kit. Scourge also happened to meet another cat who's not in StarClan or in the Dark Forest because those didn't exist back then. He met Rock. Queer platonic Scourge and Rock. I am the only one in existence that has ever thought about Scourge and Rock as a ship in any capacity. And you know what? I love it. I love it. I'm sticking to it. Never change. Thank you. Anyways, Scourge is still an angry little rage monster, but also has mellowed out a little bit after death. And now he has this fucking ancient psychic ghost cat that he hangs out with sometimes. And Black Kit, who now is an apprentice and stuff. What in the Thundercats is that? Ola. Hello. Welcome. Anyway, so Black Kit knows that she has a guardian angel, which is her grandfather, Scourge, who is dead. Scourge, in Limbo, also has Rock. So Black Kit sometimes, in her dreams, sees her guardian angel, and essentially kind of similar vibes of like Tiger Star with Hawkfrost and Brambleclaw, but it doesn't end badly because I don't want anything to ever end badly for my babies. She's essentially getting trained in combat and also like spiritual matters by Rock and Scourge. Mostly by Scourge, because Scourge is basically her guardian angel. She calls him her guardian. And she 100% just thinks that he's StarClan cat. Doesn't know the history of who Scourge is. She just knows that, like, I have a guardian that watches me, and he's great. And he teaches me how to fight, and it's really cool. And she basically has two grandpas. She gets two grandpas. But then we gotta get back to Jayfeather, which, once again, in Power of 3, Jayfeather finds a stick and meets Rock and all that bullshit. And I think because Jayfeather, fun fact, let me whip him out now. Jayfeather, my beautiful blind baby. Jayfeather, fun fact. He can see when he's dreaming. He has eyes when he's dreaming, which I think is a little insane, but that's besides the point. When he's dreaming specifically, because he has weird superpowers from the StarClan bullshit people. I don't know what's going on there. He has the ability to walk in other people's dreams and also, like, visit StarClan whenever the fuck he wants. He can just do that. So I think one of the times that, like, he was there with Rock in his dreams, they wandered into Blackpaw's dreams, and he saw that she was training with some cat out in the forest, and he's like, what the fuck's going on? So now Jayfeather is like the only cat that knows what Blackfire is doing in the middle of the night in her dreams with a cat that he does not recognize because, once again, he's from the lake. He's never seen Scourge. Nobody fucking talks about Scourge. This is something that pisses me off. Like, what? You know what I do? Thank you for that, Sal. I'm getting heated. Like, Scourge was terrifying in the first book series. In Into the Wild, he was terrifying. He was so cool. I'm stretching while I'm talking. Oh, he was so cool. He was intimidating. Like, the entire, like, first series, you think, okay, Tiger Star is going to be the final big bad boss. Like, he's the one we're all leading up to. And then Scourge just kills him in one fucking hit. Takes away all 9 of his lives in one hit. Crazy. Pissed me off. Because then, when Scourge is killed by Firestar, he's just never talked about again. Tigerstar gets brought up in every single fucking breath. But we never get, like, any mention of Scourge or Blood Clan, like, ever again, except for a few, like, chance times. For real, he took all 9 lives in one hit, and I'm just like, my god. Scourge was so cool. Look at him. Where's it? Okay, he got official art recently. I know it's on X. Let me see if I can find it. If I look up Scourge, will I be able to find it? Oh yeah, I think it's part of this, because Warriors Wiki. Yeah, fun fact, some of the cats got, like, official art. Scourge, look at him. He is so fucking cool. He is so cool. And, like, the only reason Firestar defeated him is because he doesn't believe in God, and that meant that he didn't have 9 lives, and then also his soul just stopped existing after the first series. Bullshit. I call bullshit. This is why I made the entire thing. He is in spiritual limbo, following around his descendant, who is Blackfire, and Blackfire gets him as a grandpa or guardian angel thing that follows him around. This is the canon. This is the canon that I am sticking with, and it is the truth that is my truth. I love this. This is a 16-year-old character, guys. I made this all up when I was like 10, and I'm still here for it. You know what? I stick with what I said. You know what? If I'm shipping Scourge with a bald, ancient, psychic ghost cat, you know what? Sue me. Who cares? I've decided that this is what happened. Yep. And it's great. That means that Scourge is now in a league of characters that aren't in StarClan or in the Dark Forest, which include, I think, Rock, Fallen Leaves, and Scourge. I don't know what else. I think it's kind of, like, insane. Like, I get it. They didn't want to, like, go into more details about, like, I don't even know how to explain it. They don't want to go into details about, like, where cats go when they die if they're not part of, like, the clans. And, like, I get it. They don't want to go into detail, but I keep thinking about it. So I decided at 10 years old I was going to make an entire different afterlife for these characters. And that's what we got here. And that's great. 10 out of 10. Because, like, we know Jake ended up going to StarClan, even though he was a kitty pet and a loner, specifically because Tallstar and encouraged him to believe in StarClan. So we know that he went somewhere when he died, specifically because he believed in StarClan. Question mark? I don't know how StarClan works. And we only know that is because one of the creators of Warrior Cats confirmed that in the afterlife, Jake and Tallstar are mates. That's all we know. Man, I need this. Also, fun fact, I found out. It reads, at 10 years old, I questioned God. I did! Because what do you mean? What do you mean, like, everyone else, like, goes to hell or heaven in Warrior Cats? Because, like, this is also around the time that I was questioning, why the fuck did Ashfur get into heaven? What do you mean Ashfur got to go to StarClan? Bullshit. Hated that. Get that out of my face. I would put Ashfur's, like, almost murder of 3 cats. No, 4 cats. It was 4 cats. He tried to murder 4 cats. His attempted murder of 4 cats is up there with, like, the bullshit Mapleshade did. Like, and I'm more sympathetic for Mapleshade because, like, she did have her life ruined because she fell for a man. And you know what? Justifiably, I'd want to kill him too. I feel like she's justified in that. But Ashfur, you're butthurt because a girl rejected you, so you tried to murder her 3 children and then got her outed that those weren't even her kids? Crazy. Crazy. Anyways, I love Warrior Cats. It's so insane. You say anything out loud and you have to like stop yourself and like question if you're sane. Because it doesn't sound normal in any capacity, and I love that for me. Here. This is the first character I ever made. I gotta calm down. Let's go back to Black Cat. Blackfire once again looks like exactly like Scourge. Short, sleek fur, one white paw, icy blue eyes, small for her age, which mostly comes down to the fact that like she did like nearly die as a baby. Like she did nearly die. Her mother was very malnourished when she gave birth. It was a lot of complications. Anyways, great time. And she can see ghosts in her dreams. Actually, technically she can only see Scourge and Rock. She's never actually like seen StarClan. She's just like spiritually inclined and can see Scourge. So, Scourge is her grandpa guardian angel, and I love that for her. I love her so dearly. Making Warrior Cat OCs was the shit, man. I had her. I think I made a WindClan OC at some point, because WindClan is my favorite clan. But I don't remember. And then I remember I've done cosplay for Warrior Cats. Which sounds crazy. But, me and a couple of my other cosplayer friends on TikTok, we cosplayed some of the characters. I cosplayed Briarlight because she is my baby. I love her dearly with every fiber of my being. But that was really fun. And part of that was also we gave each other Warrior Cats names, and I know mine was Soft Step. So if I was a Warrior Cat, my name would be Soft Step, and I love that for me. I don't know what that would mean. I just know my name would be Soft Step, and I'm a medicine cat. And that's all we need to know. Also, question. Can medicine cats retire? Can deputies retire? Because they always seem to just fucking die. Have we seen any medicine cat in Warriors retire? Maybe Running Nose? Did Running Nose retire? I need to look this up, actually. Oh, I just smacked my elbow. Yellowtooth? Yellowfang fucking died. If that's who you mean. I know Yellowfang died. Imagine Scourge and Rock joining forces to make a comeback. Scourge's descendants playing a major part. Exactly. You see the vision. You see the vision. I'm just picturing this. And then I'm also picturing Jayfeather, because back in the day, he would confide in Firestar about like some of like the stuff that he's seen in visions and shit because he was like it. Yellowfang was old as fuck. And then she fucking died. But, okay, speaking of this, it's like Jayfeather confiding about what he saw with Blackpaw. And then, actually, I think her name would be Blackfire by then, because she's a warrior by the time Jayfeather gets his warrior name, or his medicine cat name. Anyways, but like what he saw with Blackfire, and then... What the fuck am I thinking? Oh yeah, he's like trying to describe the cat he saw with Blackfire, and then it's like, what the fuck? Because Firestar definitely know who that fucking cat is. Here we go. Okay, so I'm thinking Warrior Cats. Spotted Leaf died. Yellowfang died. Cinderpelt died. Leaf Pool had to give up being a medicine cat and became a warrior instead. And she's now fucking dead. And Jayfeather's still alive. I think Jayfeather now has an apprentice, but I don't know. If they kill Jayfeather before he's just allowed to just fucking retire, I'm losing it. I swear, did Running Nose retire? I'm looking this up. Yeah, okay, Running Nose did retire. Okay, I thought so. I was like, I swear Running Nose retired and Little Cloud took over as the main medicine cat for Shadow Clan. Because he was around for, I think, was it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaderships. He was around for 5 leadership changes. Then again, Night Star, Tiger Star, and Black Star were all like back to back to back. That shit would happen in rapid succession. Because Ragged Star and then Broken Star, and Broken Star was a piece of shit. And then Night Star took over after Broken Star, but Broken Star was still alive. So Night Star didn't get... I had a cough. Night Star didn't get 9 lives because Broken Star was still alive. But then Tiger Claw killed Night Star. And by that time, Broken Star was dead. So Tiger Star did get 9 lives. And then when Tiger Star was killed, Black Star became the leader. And Jesus Christ, Black Star, I feel so bad for you sometimes. Because you went through so much. So much. Also, in my headcanon, Black Star is a Manx. I'm just saying that now. He's so cute. I love him. Black Star is one of my favorites. Just because, like, he's been around for all the bullshit. It's like, out of all the cats that I think went through the most bullshit, it's probably Black Star. Because I think he went through every single... leader that we had in the books, at least. Before him. And who the fuck became... I need to look up Shadow Clan. Who became the leader after Black Star? Because I stopped reading after Omen of the Stars. I remember Shadow Star, Cedar Star, Ragged Star, Broken Star, Night Star, Tiger Star, Black Star. Rowan Pelt? Really? Icon. Love that. Wait, did Tiger Heart become... What the fuck? This one's like specifying this one is from... This is the other Tiger Star, not the original Tiger Star. Yeah, oh my god. I did not know that he became clan leader. What the fuck? Damn. How short of a fucking run was... Because Black Star was lit for a long time. For a long time. And then Ruin Star must have been short. I can't imagine it was more than like one series. That's kind of crazy because once again, Black Star was the clan leader for like 1, 2, 3 whole series. Because it was New Prophecy, Power of 3, Omen of the Stars. He was clan leader in. At the least. Because they're the ones I watched. Read. He was the clan leader for 3 series. And then there were 2 in quick succession with him. What the hell? Ooh. Yeah, where's... Black Star, yeah. Darkest Hour to Bramble Star's Storm. That is so many books. Okay, so Tiger Star is the current one. There's deputies. God damn. Oh yeah, Christopher. Rowan Claws are a really funny thing. It's a crazy time. Anyways, God, wait, do you lose your star name when you become a Star Clan resident? That's kind of bullshit. I get it because there's a lot of stars up there because like y'all get star when they become a leader. I think that's stupid. Anyways. What do you mean SkyClan? When the fuck was he with SkyClan? Under Leaf Star? I don't know what's happening in the later books. I don't go here. I'm just here with Blackfire in the Power of 3 books series. And that's all I need in life. Okay, here's my problem. I kind of want to make this, like, bigger because I can. Because, fun fact, Jake is a whore. And he also was with Firestar's mother, which means Scourge and Firestar are actually cousins. Fun fact. No, half-siblings. Not cousins. They're half-siblings. Fun fact. Crazy fun fact to me. But yeah, Scourge and Firestar are half-siblings. Which does mean Blackfire and Jayfeather are cousins, which is very interesting. Anyways, yeah. So... there's so many tabs open. from explaining all this shit. I'm crazy. Do not listen to the ramblings of an insane person because they sound like this. Yeah, Blackfire also could have been a medicine cat if she was kind of born at a different time. Because when she was born, it was Cinderpelt and Leafpaw as the medicine cats. And then when she was old enough to become an apprentice, it was just Leafpool. But Leafpool wasn't looking for an apprentice at the time. And Blackfire was being trained by Scourge at night. So she kind of felt more gravitating towards warrior, even though she's highly spiritual. So, like, she has a lot of the potential to be a spiritual leader, like a medicine cat would. But is not. And I love that for her. I love her dearly. This is my oldest cat. I can't believe it. Okay. Good times. I'm glad we could have this discussion. And I hope you all learned something, because your homework is to go home and make a warrior cat OC and bring it back to me by next Monday. You have 1 week to make a warrior cat OC. I should give you guys homework more often. Like, you guys haven't even turned in your last homework, which was a book report about a Ryan Gosling movie. I should give you guys homework. You know what? Actually, yeah. I'm gonna start giving you guys homework, and the homework is to make a Warrior Cats OC. And turn it in by next Monday. You have 1 week to finish your assignment. Perfect. Excellent. Excellent. I still want to see if that Twitch clip that works. Wait, it says it did. Wait, did it? Clip created from your stream using the clip that... Oh, it happened again. It does work. I don't know what's happening. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, okay. I'm gonna have to figure that out later. I have now 2 clips. I don't know where you go to look at them. I think it's under the content clips, probably. I don't know. That'll be interesting and fun. Anyways. Okay, I have 2 options. We have 2 people that are live currently that I could raid you guys to. One of them is Sherbert. Sherbert is still doing the Sherbathon on day 13. Day 13 of the Sherbathon. Or Ben is live as well. Ben is talking about... Oh yeah, it's Media Monday. So, all kinds of media shit. So it's but I can do. You know what? I'm gonna flip a coin. Flipping a coin. Let's do it. I'll flip a coin. Tails is Ben. We got Tails. I can prove it. I'm showing you guys. I got Tails. So we're gonna raid Ben. We're raiding Ben. Ooh. Here we go. I think I did that right because I forgot last time how you spell Ben's name. And I lost my mind. Okay. Okay, I'm like putting all of my papers together, like gathering them all up, putting them in a folder, holding them close to my chest. Remember your guys' homework. I need Warrior Cats OCs turned in by Monday. You still have your book report about a Ryan Gosling movie. Please don't forget it. And remember, be good, be nice and kind. If you're good and nice and kind, I'll hear about it like an angry teacher of the bad sub report. Nobody wants that, okay? I love you guys. Be decent human beings. I swear to God. Have fun. Stay safe. Ben's great. He's a fellow Homestuck. I don't know if he does a lot of Homestuck anymore, but he is a fellow Homestuck, so, like, be extra nice. I love you guys. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Thanks for having us. Thank you for raiding, Brum. This has been great. 10 out of 10. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.